China built 7nm chip without the one machine everyone said you couldn't do it without. It's not a prototype, it's been shipping in phones since 2023. The copy works, it just doesn't pay. To be exact, not without a lithography machine. With an older one, run over the same wafer again and again until the pattern comes out fine enough. Two identical wafers, same design, same size, same physics. One comes out of a Chinese fab with maybe a third of the chips working. The other comes out of TSMC, and most of them do. That single gap is worth more than every machine in the building. So this isn't a story about sanctions. It's about the one number that decides who can sell a chip and who can only make one, and why 30 years of it can't be bought. Start with the wafer, a disk of silicon printed with hundreds of identical chips at once, like a sheet of postage stamps. Then you throw away every stamp with a flaw. That's yield, the share of chips on the sheet that actually work. And here's the part that decides everything. The wafer costs the same either way. Same silicon, same hundreds of steps, same months of processing, whether 80% of the chips survive or 20. You don't pay per chip, you pay per sheet. So yield isn't a quality metric, it's a divisor. Halve it, and the cost of every chip that lives roughly doubles, which is why the industry has a line. A process is called mature at about 60%. Below that, you're not running a business, you're running an experiment that ships. Hold on to three numbers. SMIC's 7nm sits at 20 to 40%. Samsung's 2nm about 55. Intel's 18A 50 to 55. All of them under the line. TSMC has been above it for years. Now the part that breaks the usual story. China didn't get locked out of the machines. China went shopping. In 2024, before the export rules closed, they legally bought around 90 of ASML's best non-EUV scanners, $5 to $7 billion worth. That's roughly a quarter of the world's installed base of that specific machine. Bought in the open, shipped, installed. And it worked. 7nm in production since 2023 inside Huawei phones you can hold in your hand. Every headline that said it was impossible was wrong. Then the bill arrived. 20 to 40% yield, more than half of every wafer swept into the bin. A die that costs roughly 50% more than the same die from TSMC, for a chip that's a generation behind. The 5nm pilot is running at 20 to 30%, aiming for volume this year. And the loop is working, slowly. Huawei's Ascend accelerator went from 20% yield to 40 in a year. That's real learning, real engineers, real progress. It's also still under the line. The target for this year is 1.6 million high-end logic dies, an enormous effort to produce what a mature line would spit out as a rounding error. None of this is failure. It's the most successful chip program outside Taiwan and Korea. It just can't make money. The obvious explanation is the missing machine. It's wrong, and proving it wrong is the whole point. Here's the physical difference. An EUV machine prints the fine pattern in one exposure. Without it, you print the same layer 3 or 4 times over, each pass laying down part of the pattern, each pass having to land on the previous one within a few atoms. Every extra pass is another chance to be slightly off, another chance for a speck to land. The errors don't add, they multiply. That's the honest cost of the workaround, and it's real. But if the machine were the moat, then everyone with the machine would be over the line. They aren't. Intel has EUV, Samsung has EUV, both sit at 50 to 55% under the same line SMIC is under, with the machine SMIC doesn't have. So the machine isn't the variable, something else is. Here's what actually moves yield. It's not glamorous. A chip fails. Someone finds out why. Someone fixes it. Then it happens again, differently. That loop, defect, cause, correction, is the entire game. And the causes are invisible. A particle 20 nanometers across, drifting off a robot arm. A chemical bath that behaves differently in its 9th week than its first. A 1/10 of a degree of temperature across a wafer. A vibration from a truck outside. You cannot reason your way to which one killed the die. There is no equation. There is only, have you seen this before? That's the thing people miss when they say the design is stolen or the machine is bought. Both give you the blueprint. Neither gives you the answer to why did wafer 4009 come out wrong on a Tuesday? Which means TSMC's real asset isn't in the building. It's the accumulated record of every way a wafer can die. 30 years of failures, catalogued, each one bought with a ruined wafer and a week of someone's life. That record can't be exported. It isn't written down in one place. A lot of it lives in the hands of people who've been doing this since the 90s, who look at a defect map and say, that's the third bath, without knowing exactly how they know. And the cruelest part, the target moves. While you spend a decade climbing towards 60% on today's node, the leader is already climbing the next one, with everything the last 30 years taught them, applied on day one. You're not behind by a machine, you're behind by a loop that has been running without stopping since before you started. If experience can't be bought, money should be able to rent it. Test that. Intel has everything China doesn't. EUV machines, 30 years of its own fabs, engineers who have shipped more silicon than almost anyone alive. And since 2021, a commitment north of $100 billion to become a foundry. The result, in 2025, Intel Foundry lost $10.3 billion on $17.8 billion in revenue. And of that revenue, the part that came from actual outside customers, companies choosing Intel to make their chips, was $307 million, 1.7%. In the first quarter of this year, $174 million against a $2.4 billion loss. Intel's own chief executive admitted it plainly. They'd invested too much, too fast, without the demand. So run the exclusion. No EUV, billions spent, a decade of effort, 20 to 40%. Every machine, $100 billion, 3 decades of fabs, 50 to 55%, and almost no one buying. The machine isn't the variable. The money isn't the variable. What's left is time spent inside the loop. So here's the whole thing. You can buy the machine, China did, billions of dollars of it legally. You can even beat the machine, which China also did. What you can't buy is 30 years of learning which invisible spec ruins which chip. The blueprint copies, the machine ships. The experience doesn't move. Not the tool, the loop. And the loop only runs in real time.